Motorola has a strong tradition of developing innovative technology and using that technology to create new industries and markets. The company is a worldwide leader in developing wireless communications, including two-way radio, cellular, and paging technologies. Now Motorola is on the verge of creating another industry in the rapidly growing telecommunications field with MIRS, the Motorola Integrated Radio System, an advanced system which relies heavily on software. MIRS began as a research project in the land mobile product sector, but wasn't fully developed until a customer requested it. In 1990, FleetCall, now known as Nextel, approached Motorola with its vision of a next-generation radio system. Motorola developed MIRS technology to meet FleetCall's needs, including intense schedule requirements.
The end users who are using our system usually have a pager, usually have a cellular phone and a dispatch phone. And what the carrier, in our case Nextel, wanted to do is to encompass them all into a single unit which provides all the services. MIRS is an integrated system which encompasses all components of wireless communication. It has the cellular phone, it has dispatch, data, fax, and paging.
The schedule is very aggressive. We originally quoted that it would take 2 years from the signing of the contract to actually fielding a system. The contract was signed in October of 1991, and yet the end date didn't change. The customer wanted the system on the air in August of 1993.
We realized the only way we could get to the door was to aggressively reuse engineering and technology from everywhere. So we worked together with a combination of reusing specs and standards from some of the cellular standards that were in place, reusing some of the cellular infrastructure where appropriate, identifying on all the development areas where we could purchase a piece of hardware or software as opposed to make it internally.
The makeup of the project team and interaction of team members has been key to MIRS' success. Product development required the collaboration of several groups working on different components.
We had a good cross-function of different personalities and different backgrounds. We brought a lot of people in from the outside that were very cellular-based. We brought in a lot of people in my group that had just general software background, along with some people from the classical trunking side.
We were co-located with the development group and worked very closely with them. I always sat within shouting distance of the engineering managers.
I think it removed a lot of formalities. Instead of communicating through memos and email and formal conference calls, you can just go and grab somebody, go get a soda and discuss the issue. So we were able to resolve issues a lot quicker.
We were able to bring together all of the groups together, set common goals, which I have never seen done before in any of the projects that I worked on previously, that allowed everyone to understand what those goals were across all the divisions, that allowed us to make the right decisions very, very quickly and efficiently. Everybody understood that if one person failed or one team failed, that the entire project was at risk.
In developing MIRS technology, team members overcame several challenges, many involving software. The audio quality did not initially meet customer expectations. Team members had to find and resolve the problems quickly.
The one thing we did not anticipate was the audio becoming the issue that it would. You know, we always figured it would be functionality or stability or something like that. We figured the audio would be essentially acceptable because it was comparable to other digital systems that were either already implemented or planned to be implemented.
Again, we delivered probably something which nobody could do in the past. We probably beat all the records, all existing records, but the expectation was still much higher than what we've delivered, and we're still trying to meet it.
Research believes there's an oscillator that's not stabilizing quick enough.
Another challenge the MIRS team faced was system integration, an issue which greatly impacted cycle time.
We were trying to determine where the best place to put a particular product. In other words, should we integrate the product in the field, or should we move the integration of that product into production and have actually the factory install this piece of equipment into our cell sites? We found out from overall cost impact to Motorola, it was less expensive if we moved it into the factory.
traditional land mobile sites were integrated at the site itself, which means all the components were brought to the site as individual boxes and then wired on the site to create a system. We decided that we were going to do that integration in the factory where we could get consistency and save time. We knew the system would leave in working order as a system instead of individual components.
Several tools were developed to help meet the project's compressed schedule. A radio simulation tool allowed team members to simulate an operating radio on their workstations. This allowed developers to test software without radio hardware, which reduced cycle time. This tool and others, developed by the MIRS team, have been successfully used on subsequent projects. Early supplier involvement also helped reduce cycle time. Suppliers were carefully chosen and included early on in the planning.
It was very key in terms of cycle time because it unearthed issues between their designs and our designs very early.
If you do not have a very good agreement between vendor and customer on what are all the requirements, you have the danger of having what's called creeping requirements, changes that always set the development team back to make these changes, to redesign it.
Reuse, strong teams, innovative tools, and early supplier involvement all helped the MIRS team overcome challenges and meet schedule requirements. The cycle time goal of 24 months was met, and the team was awarded an SEI Level 3 rating.
We started the project, we were an SEI Level 1 process, and now we're rated as an SEI Level 3. The highest rating is SEI Level 5. Normally that takes, to go from a 1 to a 3 takes 36 months. We essentially did it in 1 year.
MIRS overall was a cycle time success because if you compare apples to apples, similar projects and similar functionality, you will find out that MIRS was done in a much shorter time and with far less resources.
Motorola maintains a close working relationship with its customer Nextel. Nextel now sells MIRS systems, and the name has been changed from MIRS to iDEN, Integrated Dispatch Enhanced Network. The iDEN team continues to improve the technology and benefit from lessons learned along the way.
We actually learned a lot of lessons. We already implemented a lot of them into our existing development. But by far the biggest was the initially, when we were developing MIRS, we were trying to throw things to our customers as fast as they asked for them, and we really did not have a very good formal release process.
In terms of an overall program, I think having the initial vision, I think, was important. Certainly having the senior level management support was very critical. And I think the relationship between product development and research was also a critical factor.
Some of the things that we learned that we would like to incorporate in new programs are that when a program is identified, it is properly staffed and funded, that the teams are properly co-located so there's good communications between members of the team during the project, and that you have a broad cross-functional team, not only including manufacturing and engineering, but including everybody who touches that product from its inception into the customer's hands.
We've learned about things we've done right, like reuse. We've learned lessons about things that we've done bad, like reuse. For example, reuse can be a weapon in reducing cycle time and reducing the overall effort we have to invest. But reuse has to be done smart.
And the thing we learned was that all the things that we simulated, if we found issues, we were able to fix them. It was the areas where we didn't run a simulation where we ran into trouble when we got out into the field.
There were a lot of people that doubted we could actually achieve what we did. A lot of people went in saying, wow, we'll give it a shot, but the odds of us making it are slim. So I would say to go into a project with a little bit open of a mind to actually what you can achieve. I mean, we really did a great job in an extremely short amount of time.
We didn't want to have anything that would be done to optimize one particular area. We had to make the right decision, even if it meant more work for a given area. If it was the right decision to do for Motorola, that was the approach that we took.
I've had the fortune of being part of a couple of new birth of industries like cellular and GSM. And I think that I've been so fortunate that I've been a part of the birth of another industry again, with MIRS, now called iDEN. It is a new industry, and we haven't seen the whole success yet. The best is yet to come.